So these strawberry plants you see here, I grew from grocery store strawberry seeds. And these aren't just any sort of grocery store strawberries. These are pineberries, like the white ones that get kind of like a pinkish look when they're ripe. They have a unique flavor, not quite the same as like your normal typical strawberry flavor. And they can be kind of expensive to buy, so I figured I would try growing them myself. And I can show you that in just a little bit how I grew them from seed. But for the plants to get to this point where they're actually producing strawberries, it took about a year and a half, I'm gonna say, where at first you got like that first little germination, and then they grew out and grew a lot of this top growth during the year last year, and this year they're finally producing. Now the wonderful thing though about strawberries, and even pineberries, is they send out these awesome little runners, and they propagate themselves very quickly with these runners because they're gonna eventually send out roots at this point if they come in contact with soil, and then you have another plant. Now I am going to be selecting which plants that I propagate the most, because as you see, this one has two of these really nice shaped ones on it, and one over here I actually had two really big ones on, and they were actually really nice sized, and so this one I'm also going to send out runners. The other ones we'll see, but I've got like a few of them that have sent out really decent ones, like this one and this one over here. And so you just kind of select which ones you want to let propagate themselves. Now when you grow anything from seed, you're going to have some variation from the original, and so some of these are going to be more pinkish or reddish than your typical pineberry, and they might be smaller and not as good, but some of them can be pretty decent. Like I was saying, the ones off this plant were really good sized, and it was about 3 to 4 times larger than these ones are right here, and it had an amazingly good flavor, just like a pineberry. Now it might be more worth it to just buy the plants, and especially with normal strawberries, I think it probably is, but to grow something unique like pineberries and then get the unique variations and have it be your true own type of pineberry is really cool, because no one has exactly the same plant that you grew from seed. So I'm going to show you an example with this larger strawberry right here. So preferably you want a very good and developed strawberry, and you can see these darker seeds right in here that have kind of like that more reddish color, and then you can see over here where it's not as ripe, these green seeds. Now I would be going for these redder ones, and you also want to give them at least 10 days of refrigerated temps to simulate winter, because these actually need cold stratification as well. Like many plants and things that survive through winter, they actually need that winter cycle for their seed to actually germinate. So I took with a knife the skin of the strawberry off, just to give you an example, and one of the ways you can do it is you can either put these on a paper towel in the sunlight so that they can dry out, and then you can just flake the seeds right off into your planting medium, or you can take the skin and just put it directly into the soil that you're going to be planting in. And either if you sprinkle the seeds in there or you just put the skin in there, you want to bury it just ever so slightly. Also, I'd recommend leaving the lid on the plants for a long time so that they get good and established before you start removing it, because I think I rushed it and then I lost some of the plants because of it. And if you're wondering, this is a passion fruit vine and a grapevine that's in here that hopefully are rooting. They've been in here for about 2 months. So thank you guys so much for watching to the end, and you guys have a great rest of your day.